everybody. Welcome back. This is Penny,
And this is Jim.
and we're the wedding police. This is the day after Easter that we're recording, so we're really pretty on time. And hope everybody had a good Easter. We had egg roulette with our friends, and it was a lot of fun. And we were just getting over last week's episode with Dark Mary, that was one of our best. We had so much fun. We're gonna take another caller. I think should we try next week?
I say if we could do it next week, let's do it.
Okay, the sooner the better.
Yes.
But we're just coming off of a high from that and our big party weekend of Easter brunch and families and all the fun stuff. So it's a good time to talk about what we're going to talk about today. Before we get into that, I want to mention two things. First of all, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. We have a presence on all social media platforms, and we went over that before. Home base for everything is our website, www.theweddingpolice.com. You can find us there. You can find us on Facebook, The Wedding Police, Instagram, The Wedding Police Podcast, and on X, I always do the X, it's The Wedding Police, but without the I in wedding, because I needed 15 letters and not 16. And I think that's it. I think that's all of our social media. In addition, we want to mention a good friend of ours, um, Will Pollock, who's one of our sponsors, and he has this fantastic book on Amazon called Pizza for Good. And it's different pizza recipes and all about the inspiration of them. And it's a charitable thing. So I'm going to tell you to go and order this pizza book because everybody loves pizza.
You had me at pizza. Once you said that's
I
a
don't
book
care what
on
you put on it.
pizza,
I'm not a big anchovy person, but I don't think there's any anchovy. But
I would try it. It wouldn't be my go-to, but I would be open to it.
aren't they
Let's see what.
slimy little hairy suckers?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like, how do they get so salty? I guess because
But
it's
they have to. They salt and they put them in a can. It's like, what else are they going to do
oh,
to
so
them?
they aren't salty just because they're a salty thing. They are salted.
I would imagine so because I've only had them, I want to say maybe once in my life in a Caesar salad, and it was really, really salty. But they came out of a can. I saw them in the kitchen. They like literally pulled them out of a can, and it was a thing. But
Well,
not my
since we're
fave.
talking today about wedding favors, let's put that on our list of things not to give out at a wedding is a can of um,
Sardines.
sardines or anchovies.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine if you
No,
sat down at a wedding and there was a little can of sardines or anchovies? It's like, Mr. and
this
Mrs.
is different.
Uh, I also have a new name that we're going to use for every guy. Like if we have a fake guy man, his name is going to be Leland James. I'm just telling
Okay.
you, his name is Leland James. And it's a long story, but I'll tell it later. So if you have Mr. and Mrs. Leland James on sardines at your wedding, I that's just too funny. It would have to be a gag gift.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. But then there are people that do love things like that, so they might go around and take everybody's, and then they're set for days.
So I think when I was younger, I thought favors were adorable and everybody gets a favor. At my wedding, I didn't have a lot of money. It was a reception, mostly a dinner party. And I gave out little boxes of chocolates that my husband's godmother made. She makes these chocolates. And so I gave everybody a little box of chocolate. That's what you got. I hope you ate it. If you didn't, okay, I'm not mad at you. But I'd like to get a box of chocolate
Heck yeah, you can't go wrong with
because
chocolates.
life
Everybody
is
loves
like a
chocolate.
box of chocolates. It was safe. It was what I could afford. I didn't put too much thought into it because I wasn't like, oh my God, everybody needs something of mine to express their love for me for that day. And I've always felt like the favor thing has been very overdone. And it's like, oh, I'm going to give away these um, expensive these things. And then the next person's got to give away an even more expensive thing. And then the next person's got so especially within a big family, it's like a competition and it can get very, very pricey. You and I just did a little bit of math and I was really shocked at how, let's say you have 150 people, you could spend, if you want to give them a nice gift, $10, you're spending $1,500 just on party favors.
Easily, easily.
And then there's got to be a presentation. Maybe it needs a ribbon. Okay. I mean, I know I'm splitting hairs and I sound like a real cheapskate, But
But a wedding is expensive, and when you add all those things into it, it adds up quickly, and then your $10 a person versus $5 a person does make a difference.
okay, so you know where I went to find out what I think the worst favors are. And I thought it was really,
Reddit. No.
Reddit. I love Reddit. I love Reddit so much because everybody's so unhinged. So here's what Reddit says. Items that are personalized with the couple's name, date, or fragile, bulky, or cheap trinkets that end up in the trash, such as monogram coasters, koozies, or tiny photo frames. I don't know what a koozie is.
Koozie is that it's like a foam cover that you slide your beverage into, like your Coke can or your soda or your beer can into it, and it helps keeps it insulated.
So I don't drink directly out of cans because that lip to the metal gives me an ick.
Ooh, okay.
When I lived in Virginia, everybody in Virginia drinks, they put a straw in a can. That also gives me the ick.
I say that's still a no-no. No straws either.
I
Okay.
don't like straws.
Okay.
I really
Okay.
don't. I found a wrinkle one time that felt like it was straw related. So I'm off straw.
Ooh.
I will use one from time to time. It's not like 100%, but the can thing, I really only use a can if that's the only option I have. And I try not to make a big deal like, oh, look at me, I'm so special. I don't do this. It's not about
Oh,
that. It's about,
right. Right.
darling, I just don't drink
I
like
just
that.
can't, honey.
It gives me that, like when I put the metal and it touches my lip, there's something that goes down my spine like an ick. I think it may be
Ooh.
a little autistic or something.
That's okay. Who is it nowadays?
I have a
It's
little
fine.
tism that acts up.
Everybody has the tism.
Like, have you ever eaten off of a metal plate?
No, I don't think I have, Adams. A
Like
metal
a
plate?
cafeteria metal. The feeling of the metal fork on the metal plate is.
Oh, yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
restaurant in the city 30 years ago that had, it was really cute. They had like a lunchroom, lunch counter, you got these things, and it was like, and I had to stop going there because they had metal cups and metal plates, and I couldn't deal with it. So anyway, enough
Oh,
on that tangent. That I love to go off on a tangent. A koozie to me is a dumb idea. I don't see the
I would
point of
second
it.
that.
I don't see the point of it. That seems like a lot of money for something nobody wants. Um, Another thing coasters. I think coasters are.
Well, but what grown person that's attending your wedding doesn't have coasters if they wanted them? You know, what I mean, it's like if you want coasters, you're going to go out and buy them. You're going to have a set in your house that you're like, oh, this makes sense. Versus here's a set of coasters from Bob and Carol's wedding, and it's like, wait, what? What is
You're
this?
not getting a set from their wedding though. You're just getting one.
That's even
Maybe
worse.
you
I
get
don't need
two.
one. What am I
Yeah.
putting it under? A candle? I don't need this.
So, and unless you're in a frat or whatever, yeah, fraternity, I don't think you want shot glasses.
No. Okay, so I'm just going to say this really quickly. So for me, for weddings, when you go to it and you go to a wedding and they give you one of their keepsakes, their little takeaways, I don't want anything that has I don't want any personalized trinket. I don't want anything that I'm gonna have to take home. Like, what am I gonna put this? What am I gonna do with this? And it sits on a counter, it sits in a drawer, and then eventually within 6 months to 6 years, you end up just throwing it away because you find it randomly. I don't get the whole I don't want a bell, I don't want a votive holder, I don't need a shot glass. So I just don't understand the aspect of that.
Okay, don't give me a stinky candle.
Yours is a scented candle you're not a fan
It's
of?
not a scented candle, it's a stinky candle because I like what I like, and I promise you it's not what you like.
What's your flavor? What do we like?
Lemon.
What scents
Give
do
me a
we like?
lemon scented candle. Lemon
Oh,
scented.
you're a clean. You like a nice clean
I
candle.
like the
Okay.
lemon, and if there's an orange,
A
if there,
citrus.
yeah,
Okay.
a citrusy or a real like, yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm trying real hard. There's a couple of candles that don't make me want to this, but for the most part, a cheap candle is a cheap candle. And don't give me a stinky candle. It won't make it home. It'll go to the dumpster at the venue because I don't want that stinky candle
Well,
in my
and
pot.
I'm going to take my glasses off for this. So I do feel that if you are going to go to the extent to purchase something that people will use or consume and not just waste it or throw it away. And for the most part, generally speaking, I feel like if you wanted to do, say, the good old-fashioned Italian Jordan almonds, for example, I feel like for those, you're either going to eat them yourself or you're going to pass them. If you don't like them, you're going to pass it to somebody or hand it to somebody that's downing them at the table or something of that nature. Um, so I feel like
Well,
that's a gift
and I
that you
know
could throw away.
on the knot, somebody here said, and I got to do this.
Do it.
Don't give me the almonds, the sugared almonds. And I'm like, okay, that's all I want. That's all I want.
Literally,
Because
literally.
I know, because first of all, we talked about this last week. If they're hard, they're going to crack your teeth. But you turned me on to getting fresh ones, which I had never had because I always got the ones that were stale.
Yep.
So now I've had a fresh Jordan almond um, via an Easter thing. And I also looked up, it represents, I'll read it to you. It represents five sugared almonds, represents health, wealth, happiness, fertility, and longevity. So it's a nice little thing and it's tasty. Hey, if you don't like
Yes.
yours, give yours to me or Jim. We will take your
Oh,
almond.
literally.
Sugared almonds, Jordan almonds, whatever they call them, I like them. And then you put them in a little tool with a ribbon. It's an activity for the bride and her mom or somebody to do. That does not bother me. It's not a big expense. It's not like, I don't know. I just feel
Well,
like,
and
sunglasses and all these, a fan and all this stuff. It's the bride and groom are spending valuable money on these things that are going to wind up in the trash.
one of the things which became so popular, since I used to do this, photo booths about 15 years ago started to get really popular, and with valid reason, because with the photo booth, not only are you providing entertainment for the guests to have fun in it, they get to have their little keepsake. I wish I had a photo. I don't have a strip on me right here, but the little photo strip, the name, the date, the pictures. It's a great keepsake. You feel included because you're in it. You're with them XYZ. And it's a great way for you to have something that you're going to keep. You're not going to throw it away. And you're providing entertainment for your guests.
Well,
Then,
you don't like the magnets, but I have a magnet on my, if you give me a little magnet with a little doodah on it, I will keep it because I have a bunch of things that I can,
hold up
reminders
on
that
your
I
fridge.
stick in my fridge. I don't have a problem with that, but your fridge is very scratchable, so you have to be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, I'm not putting, if I do, it's one or two and it's covered. Like I can't have magnets scratching up the fridge. So that's why I wouldn't keep it or use it. I'd give it to you. Like, here, you need another one?
Here, thank you. I'll take it. Who are these people? I don't know. Who
It
cares?
doesn't matter. Just add
I've
it to
got,
your
in
collection.
fact, on my fridge right now, under a magnet, there's a photo booth strip.
Oh,
You
for
saw it?
real?
Yeah, a little photo
Was
booth
it from
strip.
a wedding?
My husband was at a party that I wasn't invited to because I think they don't like me, but they invited him and they took a picture of him in a photo booth and it was great. And he has that on the fridge because he had a good fun time. And I like that photo booth. So the photo booth, so we kind of went around the block a little bit. So let's say you want to give everybody a gift and you're inviting 150 people to your wedding. So you do that times 10, that's $1,500, right?
Yep. Yep.
Spend $1,500 on a photo booth. Problem
And
solved. It's an
well, and
activity. People love it.
absolutely.
They have the hats and the fun things. It's like Vegas at your wedding.
Oh, have better words ever been said?
There's
No,
a callback.
that's
Vegas
perfect.
at your wedding. Yeah, you get all the fun. I do love a photo booth. The ones now, the open ones are even better. Remember when it used to be behind the curtain?
Uh-huh. Well, that's when people could be scandalous. People enjoyed having their
Uh,
scandalous moments.
yeah,
And
you
that
can't,
was
people, you cannot trust people. They will always do something.
Well, and that was probably even before they would do the digital version, because when we had the company, we would text the photos to you so you could get it and share it. Now, back in the day, and whenever they used to have the earlier stages of them, they could get away with that, more scandalous moments in the hidden booth because nobody else could see them, but just you and that little keepsake.
Yeah, there used to be one at Navy Pier, and I know some nonsense went on inside of that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so photo booth, yes. Koozie, no. Um, so one of the things that they talked about was wedding favors. Best wedding favors ever received. Um, I've been to over 50 weddings and I don't remember any favors that I liked at all. Oh, here
How
we
much
go.
alcohol did you consume that day, friend? Like, find
But
out how
the
much she drinks at
alcohol
the
is the
wedding.
favor.
It
Don't
can
you think?
be. Absolutely.
I
But
prefer the no
that's what I mean.
glasses
Do people
also.
care? Do people care about the takeaway? Do they really need that little item to bring home with them as the keepsake?
Okay, okay, here we go. Um, Personalized matchbooks. No, I don't want that. I
If you
don't want
don't
that.
smoke, I don't see the point in it.
I don't want that. I don't want personalized matchbooks. I don't want vanilla extract. You homemade vanilla extract?
Is Carol making this in her sink? Like, where did this come from?
Somebody said homemade vanilla extract.
No, that's a no for me, Ray.
Yeah.
Although at least that's something that somebody could use. Like you could again, like you could use it. It's like a usable item. So as much as I'm like, I was like, I can get it kind of makes sense. It's like,
So, oh, stemmed glasses. Nope. Nope. Don't give me your stemmed glasses. Everybody got a different stemmed glass.
who
We're doing
wants
this, giving
mismatched
everybody a
kettles and
different
mismatched
coffee
wine
mug so
glasses?
they can have hot cocoa at home and think of us.
They're gonna end up at Goodwill. They're gonna end up at a donation place.
We live in Seattle and we gave everyone little bags of coffee. Well,
Okay, well, I don't hate that. I don't hate the
I don't mind a
coffee.
little bag of coffee.
If it's ground, if I gotta, if don't give me the beans, give me the ground. I can just dump it in the. I like the coffee idea. That's actually kind
Here's
of
a
fun.
good one. The best wedding favor I ever got was a single cupcake. I took it back to the hotel and ate it. It was perfect.
I love that.
You know,
A
have you
little sweet,
seen these cupcakes that where they decorate them to look like flowers?
like a big to do.
And
Like it has a
well,
whole.
they do a cupcake bouquet, and sometimes they make the centerpiece out of cupcakes. And there's if you gave me an individual cupcake that looked like a flower, I don't even know if it would make it to the hotel room. I think I would eat that right then and there. I think
and
there's
that's and that's different. I love I love something different at a wedding because we've all been to 5, 10, 15, 100 weddings in our lifetime, and it's like do something different. I love when even something simple like that. Oh, how unique is this? How fun! I love that.
I like I want people to do what they want to do. And I don't want to be Debbie Downer about like, don't give me a stinky candle. I guess if you want to give me a stinky candle, give it to me. If it's making you happy to give it to me. Don't be shocked if it's still there when I leave, or if I just take it and toss it or give it to somebody else. I'm going to regift that thing. But here's my take on the whole favor thing. First of all, it has a very long history going back to, I don't know, 1600s France. It was called like a bonbonniere, where everybody got like a beautiful little edible thingamajig. But this was at super fancy weddings, and super fancy people had super fancy money to do these super fancy things. And commoners like would get married in a horse trough or whatever. You know, I mean, I don't know, but that's how I pictured the difference in the classes in my imagination in medieval times. But it translated over the years so that everyday regular walking around people like me, middle class, average mom, could give out a trinket or a favor to everybody, but it has gotten out of control where
Right.
each goodie bag has to be better than the next. And I
Right.
feel and I know because I've done a little tiny bit of snooping around, the biggest trend in favors going from 2026 forward is no favors at all. And hallelujah, I'm on
Are
board
they
with
are
that.
they now are the ones that are foregoing the favors, are they putting that money into something else? Like are they doing something different with it, or are they just getting rid of it and calling it a day?
Well, I don't know unless I'm at that wedding. If they have a photo booth, I'm going to say that's what they're using it for. If they have a beautiful, a little bit a more elevated food, that's where they put it. If the decor, if they have more flowers, that's where they put it. I don't know
Okay,
what
so
they're
it's not
doing
a
with it.
specific thing like we're foregoing this to do this instead. It's more
Mhm.
so we're just going to get rid of it and put that money towards somewhere else in the
Well,
wedding.
think about it.
Okay.
If you said, look, we can either do an open bar or party favors, do the open bar.
Open bar, hands down. That's going to keep the people up and moving and staying
Get
and
everybody
getting
juiced
loose.
up so nobody's,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't think that having no party favor makes you like, I went to a wedding and they didn't give out a favor. I'm like, good. Unless you want to give me a swag bag like they get at the Oscars where I'm coming home with like a box that has a Tiffany diamond in it or something, then give me
And
that.
oh, I have a question. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been to several weddings, you've attended weddings, and you've
A
heard
million,
about.
yeah. Hmm.
Have you ever heard of a bride and groom doing a gift bag? Like not just like one item, but like a gift bag filled with stuff. Like here's five, six things. Like here's my favorite things. Have you ever gotten something like that at a
No,
wedding?
have you?
I have not, but
I want
I
to
was
know. I want
so
you to give me one.
I was at a I want to say it was a so back when I had the photo booth company, we were hired to do I want to say it was a very upscale. I want to say it was a bridal party. It was something wedding related, but it wasn't the wedding. And every guest at the event got a gift bag. And it was maybe there was 50 people. Everybody got this, decent size, like size of like a shoebox bag. And people were going in it and everybody was lighting up like Christmas, pulling stuff out of this bag. And I'm like, now see, that's fun. I like that
Yeah,
aspect.
I do
But
like that. I mean, but
I
what's
just
in
never seen it
there?
at a wedding.
What's in there? What if everybody got like this trinket I saw online where these people were making these homemade bird seed things? What if you pull out a bunch of bird seed and a confetti cannon and I don't know, a shot glass? What if it's all stuff you hate?
See, but that's what I was, it's got to be useful things. Or clearly the person took the time to pick gifts that were like, oh, this is like there was a candle in it, but it was a very high-end candle. It was there was some sort of there was food in it, but it was like sealed and it was something that you would use. Like they were like high-end mints or high-end, chocolate, juju, dark chocolate, something or others. But uh yeah, I don't want your leftovers from last Christmas, but if you're going to put the time and put a bag together, that could be really fun. Like it's me and so's favorite things, like your top two things you
Yeah,
guys would put a
yeah.
little something
I
over.
could see
That could
that
be
being
really
fun.
fun.
Another thing that couples are doing that doesn't cost anything, it costs very little, is they're writing personalized letters to every single guest saying why they appreciate them being there. Like just a small note. It's not like a sonnet, like 10 paragraphs. A thank you note right there. And no thank you note later. This is your thank you note. I'm going to write you a personal thank you note. It's going to be at your plate. This is your plate. Jim, I really appreciate you being here. I have shared so many fun memories with you, and I can't wait for you and I to talk about this in the future. Yada, yada, whatever. Remember the time we went boating? Ha, I lost my top, whatever.
I love that. I'm
Um,
surprised people would take that time to do that, but I do love
I
that.
think that is one of the greatest ideas ever. I love a handwritten note on a pretty stationery.
Yes. Well, and again, it's connection. It's you feel the person took the time to do this for you. Like it's a nice, really thoughtful gesture versus I bought something on the internet and had it shipped from Amazon for you. It's
Or you go to
there's
one of those trinket stores and just buy, I need 100 of these dumb trinkets because whatever. It just
I
doesn't make
agree.
any
I
sense.
agree.
So we're saying yes to Jordan almonds. We're saying yes to take the money for a better wedding experience,
Yes,
including
upgrade something.
probably, yeah, photo booth, yay, we're pro photo booth. Spend a little more money on a better DJ or better flowers or better cake or whatever you're going
Pick
to
up
spend
that
it on.
sweet table. Get some name brand
Knock
candies
up the
in
sweet
there.
table.
Yeah.
Um, no to anything super personalized. You say no to magnets. I say no to stinky candles. Um, yes to the lovely thank you note. I'll keep that thank you note with a
I
magnet
I
from
do
somebody
like the thank
else's
you note.
wedding. I'll get a
I
magnet
do.
from I'll get a magnet from one wedding and have the thank you note from another wedding on my fridge.
We should set it up that if anybody has wedding magnets that they've received throughout the years and you'd like to donate them to Penny, you can go ahead and send them to her directly. She would happily take all of your magnets from the years.
Well, I have two refrigerators, one next to each other. One's for food, and one's for drinks. It's a whole
I
thing because
think everyone should have that. I
I have
absolutely
issues
adore
with
that.
having and if food spills over into the drink one, I'm like, stop putting, that's not for food, that's just for drinks.
You're so bougie. I'm
It's
obsessed with
not
that. I
bougie.
love it.
I made very solid, wise, low purchases, but I had the room, so I put them side by side because I do have two fridges, but I know you're Italian. I know you got a fridge in your garage. I know that.
Oh,
There's an
100%.
unwritten law.
100%.
You got to have one. So
You
maybe you
do.
could keep it, maybe you have the garage fridge covered in magnets of people's weddings. Did you ever
I,
think of that? And I
I
know, is
did.
it white? Is a white fridge?
No, it's not. It's not white,
Oh, yours is
but
an
that would
upgrade
stick out.
because you're fancy. You got an upgrade. Most people have the nice fridge out in public and then the white Frigidaire in the garage.
The outdated one sitting there collecting all
Yeah,
the,
and it's written in
the
cursive,
energy.
Frigidaire, with the top where you still have to
Oh
thaw out the
yeah.
ice. Sure. Everybody's got one of those. It's just it's not a matter of being, and I you just used the word bougie, so I can't get it out of my head. It's not a matter of being bougie. I'm not too good to get a gift. It's just that, and we're teasing and making fun of these gifts, saying, oh, this is dumb or that's dumb.
Right.
People have reasons for doing whatever they do, but just remember, as a guest, we're just there to be part of the experience, to spend time with you and to see you get married, to have fun at the reception. We don't need a take home. We really don't.
And it's a nice thing because if anything, we're helping the bride or the groom or the groom and the groom or the bride and the bride. We're
Whatever.
helping them, whatever. We're helping them make their life easier. Just buy the almonds or buy nothing at all. Don't go all out spending. Don't engrave things. Don't go buy mass quantities of things. It's okay. You save that. Put that towards something else. Give yourself one less thing to worry about on that checklist.
Absolutely. I did have a bride, and this will go into next week's topic.
Oh,
Um,
I can't wait for next week's topic.
well, a girl on, where, Reddit said, a bride said, you know how they start with unpopular opinion. So I know I'm ready. I'm like guns loaded. I'm ready to go. She's like, unpopular opinion. We're not serving alcohol at our reception because we don't drink and we don't care if other people drink. And you shouldn't, if you have to have alcohol to have fun, then there's something wrong with you. And I was like,
Nope. That is, we'll talk about that, but that is
so
something to be said.
if you're not going to have a favor and you're going to have a dry wedding, I better have some good food or a good photo booth. That band better be.
Or I'll be leaving after 35, 40 minutes. Like, well, this has been great.
Yes. Yes. I can't even tell you. I mean, I'm not a big drinker, but I still like to have a glass of champagne or a glass of wine or a glass.
Absolutely. If anything, it just takes a little bit of the edge off, or it makes you, because you're going to have to talk to a lot of
Oh,
people most likely.
we should start a thing. Let's start a new thing. Let's start a new thing. Instead of a bar, we'll have a gummy bar.
Oh,
Who's having
oh,
a gummy bar at
100%.
their wedding?
Oh, yes.
If you know,
Yes.
you know.
If you know,
Oh,
when
oh
you
my
know,
God,
you
that's a
know.
favor you could give everybody. Give everybody a gummy.
You just got to make sure the kids don't take them. But I
Well,
do
that's
love
another
that.
episode about it. This is why you can't bring kids to the wedding because we're giving out gummies.
Yes, yes, yes. It's all
Isn't
adult
that terrible?
festivity.
I mean,
Oh my God.
okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. Every time I say the words, I have a great idea, it will be followed with something that is most definitely the worst idea you've ever heard. You can ask my kids, you can ask my husband. John Frullo will tell you. I always start with, I have a great idea.
But there's a
And,
disclaimer.
and then it goes downhill every time because my great ideas don't have guardrails.
Oh,
They're
they're
great
unhinged. You have
ideas.
unhinged. So
They're
it's
great
just,
ideas for a society that has no guardrails. Just gummies at weddings, gummy bar. Everybody gets a gummy. It's a great idea. Never taken
it
a gummy
is.
in my life, but I'm
But
talking
you're
about
willing
it.
to partake in the wedding, though.
Somebody
Would you
gave me one
partake
at
in
a
a
wedding,
wedding?
I might think of it.
You're like, well, I'm here. Why not?
So the only people that will be getting citations today um, are people who spend a whole lot of money on things that people
That
just
aren't
don't want.
necessary.
Yeah, a personalized
Yeah.
hand fan or oh, I got a candle putter outer one time. I don't know where that thing is. What is that? A
A
snufter,
snip. Yep. 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 Yep.
whatever. I got one of those. It was like, I don't have this life. I don't have candles. I don't have a Victorian house where I go around and put out candles. I don't even know where that thing is. I'm sure it's gone. If I have one candle, I just go and it's out.
Done. Easy breezy.
The candle business of that is not a problem in my house. That's not a problem in my house. Do you need one of those things?
No, I don't have one. I
And it
have,
was personalized. And it might have been, it looked silver. I don't know if it was silver or just like regular silverware silver, but they probably had to spend $10 for that thing at least.
Easily,
And
easily.
they spent their hard-earned money on something that I did not appreciate. Last thing, I forgot to tell you, there's a lady on, where is she?
Reddit.
TikTok.
She's a,
No, my other
oh,
favorite place in the
who's
world.
changing it up? Okay.
We made a TikTok video, everybody. I'll
You
have an
got to go watch.
a lady on TikTok was talking about how she's like, before she got into the wedding, she said, always wanted to learn how to embroider. So I am hand embroidering napkins for every guest at my wedding. Now
What kind does this woman
just
have?
made, I just made Christmas napkins. I just made them. I got a bunch of linen fabric. I hemmed them and it took me forever to do just that
Was
hemming.
there any embroidering in these napkins that you made?
No, because I'm
Okay.
lazy and I didn't have that like I'm going to be fantastic moment. I'm going to zigzag it with some metal thread and I'm done.
Right. Easy and done. Move it on.
But I thought about how daunted I was by the task of just hemming them and how this woman is so ambitious. She's making all these napkins. Then she said, I'm having a micro wedding, 25 people. And then I was like, that's brilliant. That's a beautiful.
Oh, okay. Now that
Everybody
makes
gets this
sense.
one napkin. Now, you may think to yourself, oh, great, I got one napkin. It doesn't match anything. But what about when you have bread? If you make bread or cornbread or biscuits or muffins and you put them in a basket and you just want one napkin to cover that basket so they, don't get crusty. Because that's what you do. You put a napkin in a bread basket. Now you got your one beautiful napkin from your girlfriend's wedding that is like a sweet thing. It's very sweet.
Okay, I could kind of see that, and especially if you're one to do, um, if you entertain and you would use something like that. Again, that's a great idea. It's small. You're only making however many. I think that's not a bad idea at all.
No, for a small wedding. But in my head, she's had like 100, 200 people come to her wedding and she's going to be like, embroidering her
Oh,
little fingers off. But it
no.
was sweet. It was smart. I think that's part of what I'm feeling is that brides today are looking less towards the mass produced 80s and 90s and early 2000s. Here's a candle. Here's a thing. I've got this keychain. Here's a pen with my name on it. I've got this plastic container with my name stamped on it. They're looking more towards, I'm going to handwrite a thank you note. I'm going to hand make a napkin. I'm going to put the money in.
Personal. They're making it more personal, which I love. I think that's
Toning
fantastic.
everything down and taking it back to the part that matters. And
Yes.
that's the overall experience. So those are
Yes.
we will give everybody a warning. Don't waste your money on nonsense. That's the warning for the day. And then next week, we're talking about dry weddings.
Oh, that's going to be
Here's the
fun. I
question.
can feel it already.
Should we have our cocktail while we're talking about the dry weddings?
I feel like that would be a nice little change because most of the time
We don't
we
drink.
are. Yeah, I mean,
Dry.
this is just coffee. This is not, this is just good old-fashioned coffee. There's no Baileys in this. But yeah, I think that could be fun. And then maybe we'll get a caller that can tell us about their experience with the dry wedding.
I'm going to put a call out right now, calling everybody who listens to us. We have two new listeners, which is good. It's better than zero. And we had 150 downloads last week. So yay.
Woohoo! That's
Um,
awesome.
we had also really good engagement on our YouTube video.
Wonderful.
I have this hat on because my hair is a hot mess today.
Same.
Um,
Same.
yeah, I know. I was going to say. So we're going to put a shout out to everybody who listens, anybody who wants to talk about a dry wedding. If you have a dry wedding, or if you think it's good or bad or terrible or wonderful, and I want your reasons. So we're going to take a call next week. And until then, everybody behave yourself because we are the wedding police and we are watching.
Dun dun.
Wedding police on the case, judging every fold.